Again, Google does not hold all the answers. And again, that recipe is Joe Ledington's fake recipe, which I proved fake. Random people on the internet would not know more than my family. The only people that would know more than my family are family members in the family that know more than I do. Joe Ledington is not one of those people that know more than I do. Here's the original list of 11 herbs and spices that Joe Ledington leaked to the Chicago Tribune quite a few years ago. Salt is not part of the 11 herbs and spices. Colonel Sanders has said this multiple times. It is added to the flour after the 11 is mixed with the flour. Period, point blank. That is a fact. That is the first thing on this list that disproves this as being the original recipe. The second thing is number 4 is spelt wrong. Oregano doesn't exist. Joe said this is the Colonel's handwriting. It's not the Colonel's handwriting. Joe said this is on his last will and testament. This is not his last will and testament because he didn't have one. My recipe is backed by facts. Facts that in other videos I have posted without gatekeeping. Joe's recipe is not backed by facts. It's only backed by people on the internet that don't know what they're talking about. Every single ingredient is backed by facts, and I posted those facts. People on the internet do not have the contacts that I have contacts with. I'm able to get more information than random people on the internet are. Google credits Joe Ledington's recipe as being the recipe. It is not the recipe. Joe Ledington claims that it's the recipe, and it was handwritten by the Colonel, which I disproved. But here's the fact. Colonel Sanders did not write his recipe down in small measurements. My recipe, the measurements aren't accurate. That's the recipe measurements that I cook for my family, and my family is pleased by it. Colonel Sanders, when he made his recipe, he had a 55-gallon drum, and he would buy the recipe ingredients and put it in bulk measurements into that 55-gallon drum. Mix it with the shovel, and then package it and send it out to franchisees. That is how the recipe was made. His recipe written down is not small measurements, it is bulk measurements. So anybody claiming that they have the recipe from the Colonel, handwritten, whatever, the measurements need to be in bulk, not in small teaspoons and tablespoons. It would be in very large measurements to be able to go into a 55-gallon drum filled to the brim to be able to package and send out to franchisees. So you can think that it's not the recipe, but you have to disprove the facts that I have provided. And the facts that I have provided are indisputable. Cinnamon comes from an audio recording at Mary & Kay Spices where Uncle Harley revealed cinnamon and ginger as ingredients. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove are ingredients that can mimic the flavor of allspice. Allspice is listed on the 1990s packaging of Mary & Kay Spices 99X, a variant recipe my uncle had made. How many people have a packaging from 1990 of Mary & Kay Spices? Here, I'll show you what it looks like. So instead of going to Google, go to my YouTube channel, watch the breakdown of the recipe.